Magic the Gathering, where condition is everything. Hi everyone, welcome back. MTG Moxman here. If you're new to my channel, you've just found me out there on YouTube, thanks a lot for checking out the content today. I really hope you all enjoy it. And remember, if you did, give this video a thumbs up, pass it on to some friends, smash that subscribe button. It's the easiest thing you can do to help support the channel. Doesn't cost you a thing, but helps me get closer to my ultimate goal of 10,000 subscribers. I can't wait to be there at the party when all of you there. It's going to be epic. So today's video is about condition. Condition is everything. As Magic cards continue to age and get older, and the pool of cards available continues to shrink, as collectors, investors, and players fight to get the oldest, best condition card they can, it makes you realize how rare some of these cards are, how valuable they can be to find that mint condition card, that lightly played copy of a very hard to find card. You know, I used to kind of joke when I first saw slab cards. Here's a Karn Versa 2018, Dominaria, great set. You know I love my Mox Ambers. I look at this, PSA 10. That means it's probably a BGS 9.5. I don't know what it would be in CGC and all the other grading companies. I have no idea. There's quite a few out there now to gauge against. But the point is, somebody considered this valuable enough to slab it and hold on to it, to make sure it's preserved for the future. Good for them. I picked it up for like 50 bucks. You can buy that card unslabbed for 10 bucks now. So you can see there's about a 5x value on this particular card, was what I was willing to pay. But back then, we didn't sleeve those cards half the time. We didn't know about slabbing, and we played with everything. And the print runs on those sets were tiny. So the older you go in Magic, be it foils, maybe just an old set you liked, maybe it's Alpha Beta Unlimited, maybe it's going to be Arabian Nights, The Dark, Legends, or Antiquities, revised. When you start getting to these old sets now, and the pool of cards to draw upon to find that good condition are that much harder to find. You're going to have to settle for whatever you can find in some cases, but in other cases, if a near mint copy comes up of some particular card that's hard to find, have you noticed people fight to get it? They go to war with bids and prices and auctions to get the best card they can for their particular collection. When it comes down to condition, some people will go the extra mile to make sure that their copy is perfect, pristine. But what does it mean to be that perfect copy? I'm going to show you guys a couple of little things here. We're going to start off with, of course, the near mint. Cards in near mint condition show minimal to no wear from shuffling, play, or handling, and can have a nearly unmarked surface, crisp corners, and unblemished edges outside of a few minimal flaws. A near mint card may have tiny edge nick or tiny scratch or two, but overall look nearly unplayed with no major flaws or defects. Look at that little picture up there showing all that. The acceptable range of cards within a near mint condition include both cards with no imperfections and cards with a few minor imperfections. So think about that. You see the picture there. Minimal imperfections is a near mint card. So when you look at that card I was showing you guys, this is a 10, so it has no flaws anywhere. Not a single nick, not a single wear on the play surface. It's perfect. But when you get to older cards, it's going to get harder to find. The pool of cards is smaller to draw upon. You start becoming more choosy, and you start seeing how expensive a card with no imperfections is going to cost you. So as you get older, finding a near mint card can be very hard. But if we take a look at the next one here, that's going to be lightly played. Now, lightly played cards, or cards in lightly played condition, LP, may have minor border or corner wear, or even just slight scuffs or scratches. There are no major defects such as liquid damage, bends, or issues with the structural integrity of the card, which means it can't be bent. Noticeable imperfections are okay, but none should be too severe or at a too high a volume. The acceptable range of cards within the lightly played condition include both cards with a handful of minor imperfections or those with a few noticeable imperfections. Remember, guys, when you're talking about cards in light played condition, They may just have a little couple of nicks here and there around the edges. They may have a scratch or two on a surface, but it can't be all over the place. Then we start getting into the next realm, which is going to be, that's right, moderately played. Cards in moderately played condition, or MP, can have border wear, corner wear, scratching or scuffing, creases or whitening, or any combination of mild examples of these marks. A moderately played card can have some form of a major marking, such as a creasing, that doesn't affect the overall integrity of the card, but not in combination with other issues such as scratches, scuffs, border, edge wear, and not impacting a large section of the card. So guys, I want you to think about that. When you think of a moderately played card, that's fine, it has edge wear, but it also might just have a crease going through it. It might be a near mint card, except for somebody creased it a little bit and it's caused that little edging line right through the middle or through some part of the card. But it can't have all that. As soon as you start adding them all that edges and wear and whitening around the corners, and it has integrity problems, when you're getting there, that's damaged, or it might possibly be heavily played. Now, heavily played cards, or cards in HP condition, show a severe amount of wear. Cards with less than 30% of the surface being liquid damaged are typically accepted, but may be considered damaged if especially detrimental. HP cards can have one small instance of missing ink. Oh, really? Such as if there's something stuck to the card, then removed and pulls away part of the card, along with major creasing, whitening, or border wear, if the card can still be sleeve playable. So at the end of the video here, I thought we'd take the opportunity to take a look at some cards and show some conditions. Sorry, I'm using a secondary camera here, guys, but you can see this is a Lodestone bauble. Fresh from a pack, no tears, no edges on corners. Nothing worn, nothing taken away. Now, the back has a crisp back with no markings on the card. I don't know if you can see that very well, but this would rate very, very high if I took this in to get graded from BGS or PSA. This is a near mint card, and this is what it would look like. All right, from my collection, very crisp, very nice card. Now, a lightly played card. You see this erosion here. Now, although at first glance, this card looks beautiful, you guys can see and say, wow, right? But, let's see if I can get this on camera for you. There are a few little nicks. There's one right here that may not show up on the camera, but it's between the two colors here, and it's a slight nick going across. When somebody's going to look at this card in a card shop, if it was a lot of money especially, they're going to flash it, take a look, and there's a numerous number of these crisscrossing the back of the card, showing it's had some life wear in some card games. There's also a mark right here at the bottom that goes vertical down. That may not show up well on camera, but if I was showing it to you in person, you would totally get it. There's just ever so slight bits of wear on this type of card, just a little tiny bit of white. This is a lightly played card. It's very nice, it looks beautiful, but it's had just a little bit of play time that lets you know it's not near mint. Now, when you start getting to moderately played cards, see the whitening, see the edges. This is an Antiquities card, right? We're talking 30-year-old cards. You see the edge wear at the bottom. You can see what I'm talking about for a moderately played. Now, the back does not look bad, but there's some edge wear on the inside, a few itty-bitty nicks, but nothing else major on the card to let you know it's evil or destroyed or damaged. So this card is going to definitely fall into that moderately played condition. Very understandable, okay? That's what we'll be looking at for a card of this condition and this value. Now, when we're looking at a heavily played condition card, look at my poor Wheel of Fortune here. From this side, it may not look too bad. You're like, hey, that wheel doesn't look too bad, Mox. Man, it looks fine. There's some white glistening getting on there. There's a few things coming on. But when you flip the back, this card has a slight crease down the entire back of it. It's got whitening on the edges, the back, the shelf wear tell you this is heavily played. If it got much worse than this before I ever sleeved it, it would be considered damaged soon enough just from the play I would have on it. But right now, it is heavily played. It can still be sleeved and still be used, but it's had a long, good life in its history, which is crazy. Now, the card I want to show you that's damaged, you might say, wow, man, there's no way. There's no way that this Mox is damaged. Right? It looks beautiful. Look at that crisp Mox. But guess what? This Mox is actually a collector's edition. And somebody before me trimmed all these corners. Obviously in some kind of card press. So although this card looks beautiful when you see it in the front, and I sleeved it right away when I got it. I paid $17 for this card, by the way, when I did buy it, because nobody wanted it, because somebody had obviously damaged the card. This is considered damage. No matter how you look at it, they took the card, they chopped it down to size. And although it looks beautiful, it is considered a damaged card. It has pieces of the card missing, which mark this card as damaged, right? So take that into effect when you see it, guys. When I show you each of these types of cards, you can see what I'm talking about. Not all of these cards are the same condition, but when you took this to a store, that is what they are going to grade it, and there won't be much issue on it because you can see it pretty clearly when I'm showing you. Some stores, the odd time, will send you a card that you do not agree with that condition. I understand that. I myself have had a hard time with some of the images you guys have showed me where I don't think it would fall under that same category. But at the same time, the person grading it decided that that was it. So let me just increase my screen size here. Get us back to normal, as it were. There we go. So how do you feel about that when you see these cards? When you realize condition is everything. A near mint card of that Mox I showed you. So near mint, if this card was in an unplayed condition, and let's say it was even a collector edition, you're talking $1,500–$1,600. But how much is it damaged? $200 maybe? Maybe if somebody wanted it. You see what I'm talking about? The condition of card is everything going forward in Magic. Think about this. Wayne Gretzky rookie cards, you can still have them. Amazing hockey player. The great one. You can still find those rookies for $500 in a bad condition. You want to get a near mint, high graded card, now you're talking $1 million. And that's what's going to happen to Magic. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. This is MTG Moxman. Make sure you smash those comments down in the comments section. I want to know what you guys think about this. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Hi everyone, a big shout out to all my patrons out there. Patrons make the world go round. I really appreciate everyone each and every month taking the time to support this channel with its continued growth and activity. You guys make it happen. Thanks again everyone. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a great one. I know, right? This is the part where you come in at the end of it and you go, what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? I will tell you exactly what's going to happen. Something really special. It's called I click things and it turns off. Oh, you made it through the black, through the darkness of the mystery of the night. And you're wondering what happens now at the very end. Well, honestly, I thought it'd be kind of fun to take that near mint lodestone bauble. Let's add that to the 10K box. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. You deserve a great day. I hope you have it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.